should be generating you income. Your content should be generating you income. A lot of you guys spend way too much time on these apps to not even making a dime. Because let's just be real. You're scrolling social media all day. Some of y'all, this is like a part-time job, but you're not getting paid to be here. You're not getting paid to post. You're not getting paid to go live. You're just not getting paid. That's a problem because these apps make millions and you're not even getting a piece of the pie. So if you are not getting paid from your content, you are doing something wrong and we have to fix it today. I also want you ladies to understand this. You should be generating income while you are asleep. Good morning. See, we're trying to build wealth, but we cannot do that if the only time that we make money is if we're actively working for it, okay? Let's be real. At some point, you're gonna wanna take a vacation. At some point, you're gonna wanna spend time with your family. At some point, you're gonna wanna do self-care. But if the only time you make money is if you're actively working for it, then that's a problem. We gotta fix it today. I am manifesting a life where you wake up and you've already made money before you even brushed your teeth, okay? It is possible. I also want you ladies to understand this. Good morning. You only need just one digital product in your storefront. You only need one. And that one product that you choose to create and sell will literally change your entire life. Good morning. How do I know that? Because my digital product business changed mine. Ladies, when I first started 6 years ago, I was over 100 pounds, okay? I was a very big woman. And I lost all that weight by exercising, eating right, and fixing my mindset. And so what I did was I took all that information that I learned on my weight loss journey and I turned it into an ebook. And I started selling that ebook to other people who also wanted to learn how to lose weight too, okay? So anything, literally, do not overthink, anything that you want to sell, you can. But you want to know why you're not? I'm gonna go ahead and be honest with you. The reason why you're not getting it done, the truth, is because you live in fear. Good morning. You are living in fear. You've been living in fear. Fear on my life stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what a lot of you guys have been doing for a very long time. You have been running away from your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea for years because you're so fearful of looking stupid. Good morning. You're so fearful of people talking about you. You're so fearful of failing. And all of this fear that you refuse to let go of is literally stealing your dream life from you. Because let's just cut the cap. You know exactly what kind of life you want to live. You have prayed about it. You have done the vision boards. You know what side of town you want to live on. You know what kind of vacations you want to take with your family. You know how much money you want in your savings. And most importantly, you know how much money you want to leave your children. You know all of the things. God heard you loud and clear. But every day that you do not live like that is another day that you could have. But you made the choice to let fear steal it from you. We have got to let go of this fear. We have got to lock in, and we have got to build the dream life that we've always wanted for ourselves. Good morning. If you have never seen my face before, hello, my name is Coach Jazz. This morning I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build your online business from scratch. I'm going to teach you guys how to create your ebook, and I'm going to teach you how to sell it. But most importantly, ladies, I'm going to teach you how to build yourself. Believe it or not, there are a lot of things that you are doing that's getting in your way. We are the common denominator in our own lives, and it's your lack of consistency that's standing in the way. It is your lack of follow through. It is your lack of discipline and accountability. It is your lack of going with the plan and not the mood. It is your lack of confidence. It is your lack of self-prioritization. If we do not fix who you are, nothing that we're talking about, none of the goals that you have for your life are going to manifest. It's not going to happen because you are getting in your own way. You have to become the version of yourself that can actually get it done in order for it to get done. That's just the truth, okay? You keep buying courses, but you have yet to change who you are. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. I'm gonna be giving you guys a lot of information this morning. It would be in your best interest to take notes. Because if I know anything about you, you are human, which means you're gonna forget. You always do. Lives, and stresses. But if you write the shit down, anything that I do say that you happen to forget, you can still refer back to your notes and get it done, okay? The key word of this live, ladies, is gonna be execution. You are gonna hear me say this word 10 million times, good morning, because I need it to stick in your pretty head. It's gotta stick. Psychology has already proven that the more you hear something, the more it sticks. And I need you to understand this and never forget it. You have got to execute. I don't know what kind of world you live in where you think that money just falls into your bank account and you didn't have to do shit for it. But whoever told you that lied to you. They lied, okay? You are gonna have to execute the play in order to actually get the results that you want. You can't keep watching, you can't keep taking notes, you can't keep hoping. You have to do it. You have to do it. Just like you execute at your job to get your paycheck. Good morning. You're gonna have to execute what we talk about this morning to actually build your business and build who you are, okay? All right. If I say anything this morning that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. YouTube, make sure you guys thumbs up the live. The more we interact with these lives, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. And believe it or not, a lot of women don't even know that they're getting in their own way. No, they have no clue. They don't know. They think it's everybody else. They don't think there's anything wrong with who they are, okay? So just like this live found you, let's allow it to find others, okay? If you have your pen and paper in hand and you're ready for class to begin, go ahead and put ready in the chat. Because if you are ready to listen and learn, I am ready to teach. Also, make sure y'all follow me so you do not lose me. Are you ready? Good morning. Happy Saturday. I'm waiting for at least one person to put ready in the chat. Let me know that you are here and that you are ready to receive this wonderful information this morning. Good morning. Good morning. I need one person to put ready in the chat. YouTube, let's thumbs up the live. TikTok, thank you, Prem. Now, what is a digital product and how will we build the business? Let's talk about it. So a digital product, ladies, is something you just don't have physical possession of. So think of a movie on Netflix, think of a song on your Apple Music or Spotify. You just don't physically have it. It's all out in the cloud somewhere, okay? You are going to create something to sell. And yes, I want you to create it. See, some of you guys buy these e-courses because somebody on one of these apps told you that if you bought their e-course and you resold it, you can make $50,000 in 10 hours. And you believed them. But you are struggling with selling it because, let's just be real, it's not even something that you really care about. You don't care about nothing in that e-course. You only bought it because you were told and you were sold a dream. But when you create something that you actually like, something that you actually know about, it is so much easier to show up, thank you, loving, and sell it. Easily, because it's what you truly have a passion for, okay? I told you guys I lost 100 pounds, and so I taught other people how to do that through an ebook. Maybe you're a really good mother. You could teach other women how to be good parents, okay? So anything that you want to sell, anything that you're good at, anything that you know, that's what you should be monetizing. And no, you don't have to do an ebook if you don't want to. You could do an e-course. You could do a private community. You could do workbooks, journals, affirmation guides, literally whatever you want to do. You don't have a limit, except the limitation that you put on yourself, okay? Now I'm gonna give y'all 2 apps. These apps will literally change your life if you use them, okay? So not only are you gonna download it from the App Store, you're gonna open it up, you're gonna make your account, and you're gonna use it, okay? Good morning. If you are ready for app number 1, go ahead and put 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business. Let me ask you, and be honest, when was the last time you said to yourself, I'm gonna take 30 minutes today and do something for my future? I'm not gonna scroll. I'm not gonna talk on the phone. I'm not gonna watch TV. I'm gonna take 30 minutes and do something for me. Exactly. Some of y'all like, and that's the problem. That is the problem. You never prioritize yourself in your own life. You are always doing, and giving, but you're never doing and giving for yourself. You are going to have to make it a new standard in your day to day that you will set aside 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours. I don't care the time frame, but you are going to have to start committing to that and following through. Because if you continue to not prioritize yourself, like a lot of you have been doing, you will continue to not get the results that you want. There is no reason why you cannot spend 30 minutes a day or 30 minutes every other day working on your business. Because let's be real, if you have time to watch YouTube videos, if you have time to watch TikTok lives, if you have time to catch up on your favorite TV shows, then you have more than enough time to take 30 minutes and work on something for you and your future. You are not too busy. No, you're not. Okay? All right. App number 1 is Canva. Good morning. Write it down. She said, true. Yes, indeed. Canva. You will be using Canva for everything, okay? So maybe you do want to create content. Canva has thousands of Instagram Reel templates on there for you to use. Yes, Canva. Maybe you do want to start that YouTube channel that I tell you to start every single day. Maybe today you're going to listen. Canva has thousands of YouTube thumbnail templates on there. And for those of you guys who do not know, thumbnails are just the pictures that you see before you click on the video. This is what draws people's attention to your YouTube video in the first place. All of the YouTube creators, including myself, are getting them off of Canva, okay? And maybe you do want to sell an ebook, but you want it to look all professional. You want to brand it. Great. Canva has thousands of ebook templates on there for you to use, okay? So literally everything that you need for your business and your content, everything is on Canva, okay? Canva. Download it and use it. Now, before we get into app number 2, I do want to speak to the woman on this live who's scary as hell. She's living in fear. And for those of y'all who do not know, on this live, we say fear stands for fuck everything and run, and that's what she's about to do right now. You're about to run away from your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea, because you're fearful and you're saying things to yourself like, Jazz, girl, I'm not tech savvy. What if I'm too old to start an online business? What if it's too late for me? Okay, let me tell you something. First of all, you woke up this morning. That is a blessing, okay? Every day that you wake up means that you were blessed with another day to work on your goals. You were blessed with another opportunity. So use it until you are 6 feet under. It is never too late to start your online business. Number 2, you are very tech savvy. Let's just cut the cap, okay? Because you're on social media all day. Don't lie. Do not lie to me. I already know what you're doing. You are liking, commenting, sharing, and archiving, right? Okay, that takes tech savviness. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to operate these apps, but you do it so well. So you will use the same tech savviness that you already have and build your online business. And number 3, for my ladies who think they're too old for any of this, what did we just say? We said we were gonna sell our knowledge. For those of you guys who are older, you have a lot of knowledge. You have a lot of wisdom, which means you have a lot of things that you could be selling. So get to selling, okay? All right, you better let go of that fear, because that fear will hold you back and steal that dream life from you. If you are ready for app number 2, put a 2 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business from scratch, but most importantly, ladies, we are building ourselves, our confidence. The reason why so many of you guys struggle with posting content is because you care way too much about what other people think of you. But the reason why you care so much about what others think of you is because you don't think highly of yourself. See, confidence is who you think you are. I'm gonna say that again. Confidence is who you think you are. But the problem is, a lot of you don't think highly of yourself because you are constantly breaking the promises that you made to yourself. You told yourself for years you were gonna create content and you ain't did it yet. You told yourself for years you were gonna start a business. You haven't done it yet. You have told yourself time and time again you were gonna lose weight, ain't lost it yet. Every single day that you make the choice to break the promise that you made to yourself, you are slowly eroding at your confidence to where now you don't have any. You don't think highly of yourself at all. That's a problem. That is a problem. You are going to have to start keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can start to feel good about yourself. And now you have the confidence to post your content and not care what people think. Now you have the confidence to believe in yourself and know that you're capable of any and everything. So stop breaking those promises that you made to you. Okay? All right. App number 2, ChatGPT. This is AI. Good morning, ChatGPT. You will be using this app for everything. Everything. AI is going to make your life so much easier. So maybe you do want to create content, but you're just not too sure what kind of videos to make. Fine. You don't have to know because ChatGPT will tell you. Sarah said, I love chat. Yes, y'all gonna be locked in like this, okay? Maybe you do want to start a YouTube channel, but you're just a little camera shy. You don't really know what kind of videos to make. Fine. You don't know what to say in the videos. ChatGPT will script the entire video for you. Maybe you do want to create an ebook, which is what I'm going to teach you how to do, but you just don't know what to put in it. Fine. What if I told you ChatGPT will write the entire ebook for you from beginning to end in under 30 seconds? Ladies, I cannot make this up. It has never, ever, ever been easier than today to start your online business. But you keep getting in your own way. It is you. It is you. It really is. But we're going to fix it this morning, okay? So I gave you Canva and I gave you ChatGPT. Now we're going to put it together and write it. If you're ready for prompt number 1, go ahead and put ready in the chat. No, I am not AI. If you are ready for prompt number 1, go ahead and put ready in the chat. If you are not taking notes, tisk, 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 shame on you. Because if I know anything about you, you're human. You're gonna forget. You always do. That ain't gonna change. Life is life and stress is stressing. But if you write it down, anything that I do say that you happen to forget, you can still refer back to your notes and get it done. If I say anything this morning that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are liking the live YouTube. I see 15 people on here, but only 4 thumbs up. The math ain't mathin'. The more we interact with these lives, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people. And believe it or not, a lot of women are getting in their own way. They lack confidence too. They don't put themselves first in their own life too. So just like this live found you, let's allow it to find others. Okay? Very good. Prompt number 1. So you're going to open up ChatGPT. Here we go. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. I'm going to say it again. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. You're gonna hit enter. If you've got that, put got that in the chat. If you need for me to repeat it, this is the opportunity to ask. Remember, closed mouths do not get fed. Also, make sure you guys follow me so you do not lose me. YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. People do steal my videos, you guys, and they turn around and make fake accounts, and then they're gonna message you. Do not get hoodwinked, finessed, or bamboozled on these TikTok streets because they're coming to get you. So don't do it. Thank you, mama. Go ahead and put got that in the chat. Yes, I can repeat it. Give me 10 digital product ideas I can sell that solves a problem. You're going to hit enter. Y'all got that? Going once. Going twice. We move forward, not back. Okay, y'all got that. Very good. Now, before we move forward, write this word down. This says consistent. Go ahead and write this word down, please. Consistent. And then I want you to underline it. And then I need you to circle it 50,000 times. Because this morning, you and I are going to lock in on the true definition of the word consistent. Because believe it or not, a lot of y'all are extremely confused. So let me go ahead and unconfuse you. See, some of y'all think consistent means when you have time. Some of y'all think consistent means if you feel like it. Some of y'all think consistent means every now and again. No, ma'am. No, sir. Mm-mm. Consistent means more often than not. Okay? So, if there are 7 days in a week, consistent means working on the business or any goals that you have for yourself 4 out of the 7 days. Whether you want to do 20 minutes 4 times a week, maybe you want to do 2 hours 4 times a week. I don't care how long you do it, but you better do it. Ladies, you have got to be consistent in order to get anything done. Don't you consistently go to your job to consistently get that paycheck? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You are going to have to consistently work on your goals, work on your business if you want to get the results that you want. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And don't you dare tell me you don't have time. That is a lie that you have convinced yourself to be true. But that's not true because you're on social media all day. Some of you guys are habitual watchers of my live, and I'm glad that you're back. But honestly, you could be working on your business right now if you have time to watch me. I'm just gonna call a spade a spade. You have got to be consistent, ladies. You gotta be consistent. No ifs, ands, or buts. Now, let's make consistency easy, okay? Because life is hard enough. Life is lifing, stress is stressing, and then bills is piling up. So let's go ahead and make consistency easy so we can actually get it done. It is so much easier for you to be consistent when you do things that you actually like to do. So I want you to go through that list that ChatGPT gave you and only pick ideas that you truly have a passion for. I want you to ask yourself, what is something that I would love to talk about all day, every day, if I was getting paid to do it? And whatever that thing is, that's what I want you to monetize. That right there. See, a lot of you guys are doing yourself a disservice because you're trying to buy these e-courses that told you can resell them, but you're struggling with showing up consistently to resell it because it's not even something that you really care about. You only bought it so that you could make $10,000 in 2 hours because that's what they told you was going to happen, right? So you bought in. But have you made it yet? Are you making it? No, because you're not consistent with it. So do yourself a favor and only choose things that you would love to talk about all the time, okay? Let me tell you this. A reason why a lot of us struggle with depression, I used to struggle with this too, is because within your 24 hours of your day, you haven't scheduled in anything that makes you happy. So your life begins to feel like it's on repeat. You get up, you go to work, you come home, you take care of your family, you go to bed. Week after week, month after month, year after year. But nowhere in that day did you do anything for you. Of course you would be depressed. Anybody would. But when you start scheduling in things that make you happy, things that bring excitement into your life, now you have this whole new energy on you because now it doesn't feel like work. And when things don't feel like work, you're more likely to do it because it's something that you love. So please only choose things that you really have a passion for. Now, if ChatGPT gave you 10 things and you don't like none of the things it gave you, fine, ask for 10 more. Just ask for 10 more and keep asking until it gives you something you want to use. It really is that simple. Stop making things so damn complicated, okay? One more thing before we move into prompt number 2. This is critical. Ladies, if you don't remember shit else I say this morning, you better remember this. Money flows where energy goes. I'm gonna say that again. Money flows where energy goes. Money flows where energy goes. If you're anything like how I used to be, you are giving all of your energy away. You're giving it all out. You just handing it out. You have literally become an energy vending machine. You're giving all your energy away. You're giving all of your energy to your husband, your boyfriend, your sneaky link. You are giving all of your energy to your children. You are giving all of your energy to your aging parents. You are giving all of your energy to your job and your coworkers. You are giving all of your energy to your friends. You were giving all of your energy to the news and celebrity gossip. And by the time you sit down to work on something for yourself, you can't. You can't. Because you gave all of your energy away. And you ain't got no energy left. And that is exactly why now you feel drained. You feel frustrated. You feel anxious. You feel depressed. You feel resentment. Ooh. Resentment, that is an extremely negative emotion. You don't want to feel that. But the reason why you feel those things is because you keep giving all of your energy away. And let's be clear, most of the people on this list that we are giving our energy to, these are grown-ass, able-bodied adults. We're not even talking about your children right now. These are grown-ass, able-bodied adults, and they're not reciprocating the energy back to you. Because if they were, you would not feel drained. If they were, you would not feel anxious. You would not feel resentful. You would not feel frustrated. But you do because they are not giving energy back to you. We got to change that right now. Right now. So, starting today, you are going to start telling people no. And no is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain shit. The answer is no. It does not make you a bad wife because you want to work on a business. It does not make you a bad mother because you want to do something for yourself for once. It does not make you a bad friend because you don't want to sit there and listen to her complain about her problems. It makes you human. Ladies, I don't know if you know this or not, but you matter too. Your happiness is important too. So, we're going to start telling people no. No, I cannot loan you any money. That is money that I could be using for my business. No, I cannot give you rides. That is time I could be spending on my business. No, I cannot sit here and listen to you talk about your problems. I have to fix my own. Tell her to hire a damn therapist. The answer is no. When you start telling people no, you start saying yes to you. Now you have the energy to work on your business and to do the things that make you happy because you're no longer giving it out to any and everybody. See, the problem is we tend to try to pour into other people. We're always giving, and pouring. But what you have failed to realize is the cup that you're pouring from is empty. And let's be real. That cup has been empty for years. It's been empty for years. You cannot effectively pour into others unless your cup is in overflow. Well, how do you get your cup into overflow? You start being stingy with your time. You start telling people no, and you start prioritizing yourself. Now your cup is in overflow, and now you can pour into the people who love you, who reciprocate back to you, because you're also pouring into yourself. Okay? Don't ever forget that. Money flows where energy goes. When you start giving more energy to you and the things that are important to you and your goals and your business, the money flows right behind it. I can't make this up. All right? Okay, don't you forget it. Now, once you choose the digital product idea you want to use, you will type this in the chat. This is prompt number 2. Here we go. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Good morning. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. Write me an ebook that helps people solve this problem. You're gonna hit enter. If you've got that, put got that in the chat. Let me know that you are here and present. Make sure you guys follow me so you do not lose me. And if I'm saying anything at all that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, double tap the screen, YouTube, thumbs up the live. The more we interact with these lives, the more TikTok and YouTube will push these lives out to more people, okay? If you've got that, put got that in the chat. Thank you, Des. Thank you, Sarah. Let me know that you are here and present. You're gonna hit enter. Y'all got that? Going once, going twice. TikTok number 2, y'all a little quiet this morning, tired of your own BS. Y'all quiet as hell. Very good, YouTube. You're gonna hit enter. This is what I mean by it has never been easier than today to start your online business, because ChatGPT literally wrote the ebook for you. I can't make it up. It wrote it for you. Now all you have to do is copy and paste. Literally, that's it. You will copy what ChatGPT gave you, and then you're gonna paste it into your Canva template. So open up your Canva app. In the search bar, type in ebooks, hit enter. It's gonna give you thousands of templates. Pick your most favorite one. They are all 1000% customizable. You will copy and you will paste, okay? Copy and paste. Now for my ladies who love to overthink, you know who you are. Because you overthink from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed. Stop. Stop. Because it's not getting you anywhere. Stop overthinking. If you are an overthinker, write this down. This says KISS, K-I-S-S. This is an acronym that stands for Keep It Simple, Silly. Keep it simple, silly. The reason why some of you guys struggle with consistency is because you try to make everything so damn complicated, and it doesn't need to be. Simplicity is key. The only thing I need you to make sure is that your ebook is clean, simple, and legible. That's it. Clean, simple, legible. Okay? Keep it simple, silly. Once you are done copying and pasting and you love the way it looks, you're going to download it as a PDF file. PDF. You will then upload that file, good morning, to your hosting site. I hope y'all are writing these down. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, and Shopify. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. If you've got this, go ahead and put got that in the chat. Let me know that you are here and that you are present. These are some of the most popular hosting sites. Yes, there are plenty of more. These are some of the most popular ones. Your product only needs to be on one of these, not all 5. If you've got that, put got that in the chat. And while I wait for somebody to put got that, let me tell you what I have noticed that us humans love to do. We love to stay in our comfort zone, don't we? We love that comfort zone of ours, child. We love it. Your comfort zone is just your daily habits and routines. That's all it is. It's the things that you do on a day-to-day basis. It's the TV that you watch. It's the people that you talk to. It's the environments that you spend the most time. Your comfort zone is just your daily routines and habits. And even though we don't always like the results that we're getting in our life, maybe you want to start a business, ain't started yet. Maybe you wanted to create content, haven't created it yet. Maybe you want to lose weight, haven't lost it yet. Maybe you want to save money, ain't saved it yet. That's because of your comfort zone. That's what you're used to. And even though that comfort zone of yours is not giving you the results that you want, you still make the choice to stay there in that comfort zone than to take a ½ inch out of it and do something a little bit different so that you can finally get the results that you want. Isn't that crazy? That comfort zone that we refuse to leave is draining us. That comfort zone that we refuse to leave is depressing us. It is keeping us anxious. It has us feeling resentment. It is stressing us. Let me tell you this. The results that you want, the money that you want to make, the trips you want to take, The money you want saved, not in that comfort zone. It's not there. If it was, you would already be doing all of those things and you wouldn't be here. You're gonna have to take a half an inch out that comfort zone of yours. You don't have a choice, because if you choose not to, you will continue to keep doing what you've been doing. There is no growth in that comfort zone of yours. You're going to have to start changing your routines. You're going to have to start changing your habits. You are going to have to start changing who you talk to. Birds of a feather flock together. The apple does not fall too far from the tree. The reason why we have the people in our life that are in our life is because we relate to them in some way, shape, or form. That's the truth. You're going to have to change that. You're going to have to start making changes in your life. You're going to have to start changing who you are. Get out that comfort zone. Take a half an inch out. Just do something a little bit different today. And over time, every day that you do something a little bit different, 6 months from now, you're a whole new woman. A year from now, you're a whole new woman. 5 years from now, whole new life. All because you decide to take baby steps out that comfort zone. Okay? All right, let's get back to these hosting sites. So nobody got it. Not one person got it. Stan Store, Etsy, Beacons, Gumroad, Shopify. You guys, the more we interact with these lives, YouTube, I see 15 people on here. Thumbs up the live. The more we double tap, thank you, Sarah, the more these lives will be pushed out to more people, okay? Now, I use Stan Store. I love Stan Store. Stan Store is great, but Stan Store is very expensive. Stan Store is $99 a month. That is very high if your business is not making that yet, okay? If you're brand new to all of this, Stan Store is not for you, so go ahead and cross that out. Instead, I want you to use Gumroad, because Gumroad only charges you a percentage when you make a sale. They charge you 10% for every sale, so until you make money, you don't have to spend it. That's a great place to start. Now, what I know about you is this. I already know you're gonna make money. How do I know that? Because you're taking notes, you're asking questions, and most importantly, you promised me that you were gonna execute. So when you do start generating income, then transfer everything over to Stan Store later, because Stan Store has a lot of features that will help you expand your business, like Afterpay and Klarna. Ladies, let me tell you what's going on in the world of finance today, in case you didn't know. Buy now, pay later, taking over. It's taking over. So you got Afterpay, Klarna, Sezzle, Affirm, QuadPay. I think PayPal has something. I just saw on YouTube earlier, American Express and Chase now have a buy now, pay later. Buy now, pay later is taking over. It really is. It is the new preferred payment option. And no, it is not just poor people using buy now, pay later. Because six-figure earners are using it too. Why do you think they put it on DoorDash? Because everybody's using it. Everyone's using it. So, if you have a buy now, pay later on your site, you will make more. Yes, you will. But for now, you will start with what you have. You will start on Gumroad, you will build your business, and then you will transfer everything over to Stan Store later, okay? So what we just did was we made the ebook. That's what we did. We took Canva, we took ChatGPT, we put it together, we created it, we uploaded it to our hosting site. Now we have to sell it. We gotta sell it. And I'm gonna teach you how to sell. But I gotta be honest, sales is 80% of the business. Ladies, 80. That is more than half. So we have got to get sales right, or there won't be a business. Gotta get sales right. But before we step into sales, I do need to make something crystal clear to you. That process of copying and pasting and making that ebook that we just did, that process should not take you longer than 2 hours. Honestly, it shouldn't take you longer than 1, but I will give you grace and I'm gonna give you 2. And just so you know, I don't care how old you are. On my live, age ain't nothing but a number. I don't give a damn. Because what you're not going to do is try to convince me that it takes you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words. No, it doesn't. Because you copy and paste reels in the group chats all day. So you know how to copy and paste. If it is taking you longer than 2 hours to make this ebook, you and I have a serious problem that we got to fix now. One of the problems that you might be experiencing, and I used to be guilty of this too, this is how I know. You're a perfectionist, right? So what that means is everything about you just must be perfect. You are the woman who will literally waste 6 months of her life that she will never get back just to overthink your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea, and second guess your greatness. Then when you do decide to finally get started, you're gonna take things out, you're gonna put things back, you're gonna get irritated and frustrated because it's still not perfect, you're gonna have all this OCD, and then you're gonna give up on it again. Then you're gonna let 3 more months go by that you'll never get back just to overthink some more. When you decide to get started yet again, this time, you're gonna go ask 20 people what they think you should do with your business. And the crazy thing is, these people that you're asking, they don't even run a business. These aren't even people you would trade lives with. But for some reason, you care so much about what people think of you. And then when they give you their opinion, you listen and you care. Next thing you know, a whole year has gone by and you haven't done shit but waste your precious, valuable time that you will never, ever get back. Bless your heart. Bless your heart, man. I know, I've been there. I know exactly what you're going through. But let me go ahead and tell you this. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, and sometimes that's just what I do best. I'm gonna hold your hand very tightly when I say this to you, and just know that I'm saying it out of love. You are not perfect at all. I am not perfect at all. Nobody is perfect at all. See, what you really are is scary. You're scary as hell. You are living in fear. And what do we say? Fear on this live stands for fuck everything and run. And that's what you have been doing. You have been running away from your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea for years. For years. Because you are so fearful of what people think about you. You are so fearful of looking stupid. You are so fearful of failing. And so you let all of this fear steal your dream life from you. It is literally stealing it. Do not let that get over your head. Literally, this is facts. Because let's be real. You have already prayed about what kind of life you want to live. God heard you time and time again. You've already done the vision board. You've already archived the reels. You've already pinned the Pinterest boards. You know exactly what kind of vacations you want to take with your family. You know exactly how much money you want in savings. You know exactly what kind of freedom you want. And most importantly, you know exactly how much money you want to leave your children. You know all of the things. You know everything. But every day that you don't live that life is another day that you could have, but you made the choice to let fear steal it from you. And if you want to dig even deeper into why we hold on to all this fear in the first place, you want to know the truth? It's because we are self-sabotaging. That's what all this is. This is all self-sabotage. Meaning you are doing this to yourself. This is self-inflicted. No, this is not familial sabotage. This is not environmental sabotage. This is self-sabotage. This is why I keep telling you, You are getting in your own way. You are holding yourself back. You're doing this to yourself. And the reason why we self-sabotage is because we have fragile egos. And your ego is terrified of feeling disappointment if it doesn't work. If you put yourself out there, you post your content, and if you don't get the results that you want, that feeling of disappointment, that feeling of shame scares the shit out of you. So you will self-sabotage to avoid feeling disappointment if it doesn't work. You will self-sabotage by telling yourself you don't have time, but that's a bold-faced lie. You have a lot more time than you think you do because you are always on social media. You are always watching TV. You are always gossiping with your friends. So you will self-sabotage and say you don't have time or you're too busy. You're not too fucking busy. Excuse my French, but you're not. But you are terrified of feeling disappointment if it doesn't work. So you'll hold on to that excuse, because if you let that excuse go and you actually use the time that you were wasting towards your goals, and if it doesn't work, oh God, you are terrified. So you will hold on to the excuse of, I'm too busy. Self-sabotage. You will self-sabotage by continuing to hang around toxic people who drain you and who use you and who disrespect you. And you'll hold on to the excuse of, well, that's my best friend, and we've been best friends for 20 years. No, you've been a best friend. She has not been a best friend to you. She has been draining you, she has been using you, and she has been disrespecting you. She has not been a friend to you. But you'll hold on to that friendship. You will self-sabotage, because if you let that friendship go, if you let it go, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If you let it go, you'll build your confidence, you'll stop giving all your damn resources away, and you'll actually lock in and work on your business or whatever goal you have for yourself. But you're terrified of feeling disappointment if it doesn't work. So you will continue to say, well, I can't leave her. We've been best friends for 20 years. Self-sabotage. But I'm extremely confused. I'm so confused, because earlier you said that you hated your job. Earlier you said you were sick and tired of living paycheck to paycheck. Earlier you said you were tired of lacking confidence in yourself. That's what you said. But every day that you live the way you're living is still a day that you're living in disappointment, because there's still things about your life that you are not 1000% happy with. I am trying to help you fix it, but we cannot fix it if we don't change. How can we bring more money into the household if there's no business selling products? How can customers buy your stuff if there's no stuff? They can't. They can't. How can we build our confidence and feel good about ourselves if we keep breaking the promises that we made to ourselves? We can't. It's not going to happen. So, you are going to have to change. And you are going to have to launch your ebook as is. And I need you to understand and understand that it will never, ever, ever be perfect. It will never be perfect. I guarantee you, you could spend another 20 years wasting your life and trying to make it perfect, and it will still not be perfect, because you are not perfect. So you cannot make something perfectly. But the more you do things, the better they get naturally. The more content you post, the better the content will get. The more products you release, the better the products will get. The longer you run your business, the better the business will get. But it will still never be perfect. But you will launch regardless. All of our favorite businesses that we spend our hard-earned money with today have gotten better along the way. Thank you, Desi. Look at Netflix. Believe it or not, Netflix did not always have a fancy Netflix app. Nope. They were not always doing comedy specials with Kevin Hart and Dave Chappelle. Absolutely not. They did not always have their own production company making movies and TV shows that are now winning Oscars and Emmys. And they damn sure did not always have wrestling on pay-per-view. Years ago, before COVID, you used to have to go on their website, netflix.com. You used to have to make a list of all the movies you wanted to see, and these were not their originals. These were movies that were once in theaters. They would mail you a DVD off of the list. You could watch that DVD as many times as you wanted, and when you were ready for your next movie off your list, you had to mail that one back. They didn't wait till they could afford the fanciest software. They launched with what they had and what they could afford. And as they continued to run their business, the business grew. As the business grew, they got more customers and made more money. And as their income grew, they invested back into the business to make it better. But it's still not perfect today because let's be real, we all got complaints. They still raising the damn prices and I still can't find shit to watch on there. They don't care. They still launch. So I don't know why you think that you're above Netflix, but I'm gonna need you to reel that ego on in some, a lot. Because if Netflix had a messy middle, which by the way, Netflix is $1 billion company, in case you didn't know. But if Netflix launched as is, why can't you? Just make it make sense. I'm not understanding. You will have a messy middle too. You will make mistakes too. Another reason why it might be taking you longer than 2 hours to copy and paste some words is because you are distracted as fuck. You're distracted as fuck. I have already accepted the fact that I am not the life coach for everybody. I know this. I have accepted the fact that I am not the business coach for everybody. I know this. Because believe it or not, most people are not really looking for solutions to their problems. Most people are looking to just pass time. Most people are just looking for someone that they can complain and vent to. But the minute you present them with the very solution to their problems, they bail. Because they weren't really looking for solutions. I'm not here for that. No, I don't have time for it. I am here to help the woman who actually wants to change her life. But in order to change, I have to first make you aware of what you've been doing. Self-awareness is key. And a lot of people don't have it yet. So I'm going to tell you the truth so that we can fix it, so that we can change. See, when you get off of work, you could work on your business and reaching your goals, keeping the promises that you make to yourself so you can finally feel good about yourself and follow through. But you make the choice not to. You choose to sit on the phone and gossip with your friends about celebrities and their drama. When you do have time off from work, like the weekends, you could work on your business and reaching your goals, keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally have self-respect and self-love. But you make the choice not to. You choose to sit on the couch and binge watch Netflix and Hulu for hours. Late at night, when your children are asleep, you could work on your business and reaching your goals, keeping the promises that you made to yourself so you can finally start to love yourself. But you make the choice not to. You choose to scroll on social media, laughing at funny videos and sharing them back and forth in the group chats. And the reason why we choose to have all of these distractions, social media, binge watching TV, gossiping, gambling, happy hour, you want to know why? Because we are trying to escape. This is all escapism. And the reason why we're trying to escape is because there's things about our life that we're not 1000% happy with. And instead of just being a grown woman and fixing it, you choose to run from it. But let me ask you, and just be honest, let's just take the ego out for like 30 seconds. Let's just be real. Because the worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Don't you ever forget that. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. Just be honest with yourself for once. Is that working? Is what you're doing working? When you wake up every morning, when your alarm goes off, are you excited to start your day? Or are you sitting on the edge of the bed dreading it? How do you feel on a regular basis? Do you feel happy? Do you feel proud? Or do you feel stressed and depressed? Is what you're doing working? Because if the answer is no, then that means it's time to change something. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. So if what you're doing is not working, then that means it's time to change. It's time to change. Instead of trying to escape a life that you are not 1000% happy with, what if we just lock in and build a life that you never feel the need to escape from? Okay, cool. So how we gonna do that? Today, you are gonna turn the TV off. Put the phone on Do Not Disturb. Tell your friends you will talk to them later. You are building your dream life. You are gonna sit down at home. You don't need to go to Starbucks because you get distracted there. You are going to start your ebook and then you're gonna finish it. Not start, stop, reset, come back next week because we already know how you do. You're not coming back. You're gonna start it and then you're going to finish it. 2 hours is all you need. If we are crystal clear on all of these instructions, then go ahead and put clear in the chat. Because respectfully, there's no point in talking about sales if we don't have anything to sell. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. Happy Saturday. We are building our online business. What we don't realize is when we lie to ourselves, the nervous system is always in threat mode. Yes, even if you don't think it's affecting you in your body. Amen to that. I cannot stress this enough. She is 1000% right. That's why I keep telling you the worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. You got to start getting honest with yourself and asking yourself genuinely, is this working? Because if you keep lying to yourself and saying things like, it's not that bad. Okay. Sometimes our comfort zone has allowed us to become comfortable with being miserable. We have become comfortable with being financially stressed. We have become comfortable with being insecure. We have become comfortable with being depressed. Gotta change. Okay? All right. I told you guys a few minutes ago, sales is 80% of the business. That's more than half. So we got to get sales right. I also got to tell you something else. Most people fail at sales. Most people fail here, but not for the reasons that you think. Some of y'all are ready to run away because you're like, oh my God, it's because sales is so hard. No, it's not. Sales is actually very, very easy. But people's mindset and the things that they think in regards to sales is what makes sales so hard for them. So In order to sell something, we have to first fix our headspace in regards to sales. See, some of y'all are struggling with sales, or you're afraid to sell because you say things to yourself like, I'm not a salesperson. What if I talk about my product too much and people unfollow me? What if people think I'm being annoying? What if people think I'm begging them for money? Okay, so let's go ahead and clear all that up. Number one, selling is not begging. Selling is solving, okay? People have a problem, you have a solution. You are not begging anyone for anything, so get that out your head right now. Right now. Number two, you don't have a choice but to consistently remind people of your products and services and how you can help them, because people will forget. Ladies, I cannot stress this enough. People are living their own lives. People are on their phones all day. They are on social media all day, which means they are being bombarded with content from the time they wake up to the time they go to bed. Life is life and stress is stressing. They are going to forget. Why do you think I keep telling you to take notes on this live? Because I already know you're going to forget. Why do you think I keep telling you that the key word of this live is execution? Because psychology has proven the more you hear something, the more it sticks. That's why I keep repeating myself. You have to consistently remind people of your products and services and how you can help them so they can even begin to remember who you are and what you do. So, I need you to be consistently posting your content to let them know. All of our favorite businesses that we spend our hard-earned money with today are consistently reminding you of their products and services and how they can help you. Look at Amazon. We all know who they are. We all got the memo. And most of us are Prime members, meaning we pay a monthly subscription of our hard-earned money to utilize 2-day, 1-day, and same-day shipping. And even though everyone knows who Amazon is, and most of us spend our money with them every single month, they still remind you who they are, what they do, and how they can help you consistently. Look at their Amazon trucks. You can't even go 2 miles down the street without seeing one. They could have left those trucks white. They didn't have to paint them blue and put their logo on it, but they did it for a reason. Why? So that every time you see one of their trucks, which is multiple times a day, your brain remembers Amazon. Look at their packages and their envelopes. They could have left them blank. They didn't have to put their logo on them cardboard boxes, but they did it for a reason. Why? So that every time you see one of their packages, which at this point is multiple times a day, your brain remembers Amazon. Now let's go ahead and be honest. Do you really think they're worried about being annoying? Do you really think they're sitting in their marketing office saying, let's not do too much, let's not be cringe, we don't want people to think we're begging, we don't want people to unsubscribe from Prime? No. No. Because they know they have a solution to your problem. They know you're lazy and they know you want convenience. So, they will continue to consistently remind you to order from them, and every month you will consistently give them your hard-earned money. True or false? You're not going nowhere. For those of you guys who have seen my face before, maybe I'm not a new face to you. I've been doing this full time for 6 years. You might have found me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Threads. I am all over this internet. How is it that I'm able to show up and consistently remind people about Glowup Academy without worrying about being annoying? Without worrying about people think I'm begging them for money and unfollowing or unsubscribing from my channel? How am I able to do that? Because I know I have a solution to people's problems. People want to become more confident in themselves so that they actually get the things done. I work with them every single day inside of Glowup Academy. People want to build their online business. They want to monetize their platforms. They want to sell their products. I work with them every single day inside of Glowup Academy. People want to become consistent. They want to become disciplined. They want to start putting themselves first in their own life without feeling guilty about it. I work with them every single day inside of Glowup Academy. If people unfollow or unsubscribe because I'm doing too much, respectfully, I don't care. They just weren't ready to glow up. Most people don't change unless the pain of change outweighs the pain of staying the same. In other words, they just ain't hit a brick wall. But when they do, they'll come back. They always do. And because I have that energy with my products and services, I sell, and I sell a lot. Because Amazon has that energy with their products and services, they sell, and they sell a lot. And if you want to sell a lot too, you are going to have the same energy. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? All right, let's talk about sales. If you're ready for sales tip number 1, put a 1 in the chat. And for those of y'all who are just tuning in, good morning. My name is Coach Jazz. We are building our online business from scratch. Make sure you guys follow me so you do not lose me, because they do steal my videos. They turn around and make fake accounts, and then they're going to message you. Okay? Do not get hoodwinked, finessed, and bamboozled. I do want to discuss real quick the elephant in the room, which is failing. A lot of y'all have amazing ideas. You really do. You really do. But you're so terrified of failing that fear of failing prevents you from even getting started. But what if I told you a lot of you are extremely confused on what failing even means? See, some of y'all think failing means you launch your first ebook, and if you're not a millionaire in 30 days, then you failed. Some of y'all are really out here thinking that if you create your first YouTube channel and you post your first video, and if you don't get 100,000 subscribers in a week, then you failed at YouTube. Some of y'all are really out here believing that if you post 7 TikTok reels in a week and you don't get 10,000 views per video, then you have failed at TikTok. What if I told you that's not failing? Failing only exists when you quit. When you throw in the towel and you say, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I give up. I'm done. I quit. Well, then that is when you have officially failed. But if every single day you just take a half an inch out that comfort zone, just do something a little bit different, 10 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, an hour a day, just do something. That's not failing, because you keep going, you're still committed, you're still trying, you're still executing. See, the problem is we have, as a society, have become extremely entitled. And you have become so entitled to time. And you really have convinced yourself that you are not only just entitled to time, you are entitled to the results in the time frame in which those results should come. In other words, you have convinced yourself that it only takes 30 days to become a millionaire because you said so. And if it doesn't happen in those 30 days that you feel entitled to, then you have failed. But my question for you is, where did you get that crazy ass number from? Who told you that? Who told you that you only have to post 1 YouTube video and you'll have 1 million subscribers by tomorrow? Who told you that? This is entitlement. Because what you fail to realize is the results always come. They just don't always come in the time frame in which you set. Ladies, I have lost 100 pounds. That's a whole damn person. For anyone who has lost any amount of weight, you know this is true. If you just consistently eat less food and you just consistently move your body, don't you eventually get to your weight loss goal? Yes. Yes, you do. But you want to know why most people don't? Because they feel entitled to losing 50 pounds in 12 hours. Because they said so. And when they realize it takes longer than 12 hours to lose 50 pounds, they quit. And so then they failed. For anyone who has gotten any type of degree, you know this is true. If you just consistently show up to class and you just consistently do your homework, don't you eventually get the bachelor's degree? Don't you eventually get the master's degree? Yes, it's inevitable. You're gonna get it. So, your business is the same way. If you consistently post your content and you consistently show up, you will eventually get to the dollar amount that you've always wanted. You will eventually get to the subscriber count that you've always wanted. So for anyone on this live who is terrified to start because they are so afraid to fail, just don't quit. Because if you do not quit, then you did not fail. And now you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Okay? Good. Very good. So we're not going to talk about failing no more. Get that out your head. Sales tip number 1. Good morning. Content is king and distribution is queen. Content is king and distribution is queen. So let's break all this down so it makes sense. Let's start with the content is king part. Okay. For those of you guys who do not know, content is anything that you upload to social. So pictures, reels, long form YouTube videos, if you go live, all of that stuff is content. Anything that you hit upload to. Content is king because remember, we said people are very forgetful. Life is life and stress is stressing for everybody. The content that we produce is going to tell people about our products and services and how we can help people. So we have to remind people consistently so that they remember. Okay? That is why content is king. Now, one thing I want you guys to understand this. We cannot allow ourselves to feel overwhelmed. The minute you start to feel overwhelmed, you freeze and you don't do anything because you've created this long list of to-dos in your head. And you think you gotta do all this stuff all at the same time. And that's why you feel overwhelmed. I never want you to feel overwhelmed. So we are going to adapt a new mindset right now. We're gonna take baby steps. We're not just gonna throw ourselves in there. We're going to learn to crawl before we walk and walk before we run. So we're gonna just make small changes every single day to get us to our overall big goal. Okay? Some of you guys are struggling with posting content consistently because you're camera shy. And you feel cringe and awkward. You don't really know what to say. So in order for us to get to posting content consistently, we have to first get out of our camera shyness. So what I want you to start doing today is sitting in front of your phone and recording yourself. This is not to post. This is just for you. You could do 30-second increments and then build it up to 2-minute increments and then build it up to 5-minute increments multiple times a day. Oh yeah, multiple times a day. I said it. And don't you dare tell me you don't have time, because the time that you choose to scroll social media and laugh at funny videos is the time that you could be doing this. And just imagine how more comfortable you will feel in 2 weeks. I cannot make this up. A lot of y'all overcomplicate things and you drag things out. It does not take 2 years to get comfortable in front of the camera. You can get it done in 2 weeks. if you do what I'm telling you to do. Once you do get comfortable in front of the camera and you're no longer feeling cringe and awkward, now we're going to commit to a new goal. Posting just one 30-second TikTok video or Instagram reel a week, just one. So you will spend 4 out of the 7 days researching what you're going to talk about, going into ChatGPT, getting some prompts, getting some scripts, and then you're going to spend time actually recording that one video and editing it. If you want to do all that extra stuff. I don't do any of that in my content. I just go. But if you want to spend a little bit more time editing, fine. You got a total of 4 days to get that done. That's it. And you're going to post just one a week. Once you get comfortable with that, and now you're consistently posting 1 video a week, then we're going to up it to 2. Then 3. And 4. And this is how you become consistent with posting your content. So the new mindset is we're crawling before we walk and we're walking before we run. And we're no longer going to allow ourselves to feel overwhelmed, because the minute you feel overwhelmed, you tell yourself you can't do it and you give up on it again. Okay? All right. Now, the distribution is queen part. Let's break this down. Not only are we going to work on posting content consistently, we're also going to be building at least 3 platforms, bare minimum of 3. And no, it's not hard to build 3, get that out your head. The same exact video that you post on TikTok, you'll post it on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you want to be. It takes an extra 5 minutes. I do it all day. I promise you, it is not hard. Distribution is queen because we need more than one platform, because one is too close to none. Like that one income you have at that one job. If they laid you off on Monday, what would you do? You would be freaking out, trying to figure out how you're going to pay those bills. If you put all of your eggs in a TikTok basket and the US decides to ban it like they did last year, what would you do? You would be freaking out like all of the other TikTokers who only had a TikTok. I always teach my students we have to stay ready so we don't have to get ready. We got to be proactive, not reactive. Now, which platforms should you grow? It's up to you. You got a lot of options. I always suggest starting with the platform that you're always on. So if you are always on TikTok, start a TikTok. Obviously, you like this app so much because you're always here, and then just choose 2 more. But I am going to let you know this in case you didn't know. Some of you already know what I'm about to say. YouTube is the most watched platform. It is not TikTok. Absolutely not. Not even close. YouTube is the most watched platform. YouTube has even replaced cable TV. There are more people watching YouTube than anywhere. So I'm going to always urge and encourage you to start a YouTube channel. Start a YouTube channel. If everybody is on YouTube, why are you not creating on YouTube? Make it make sense. Get a YouTube. Now, before we move into sales tip number 2, I do want to talk to the woman on this live who's still living in fear. She knows who she is. She's quiet. She ain't saying too much. She's happy that this live found her, divine timing, right? But in the back of her mind, she's saying things like, Jazz, girl, this sounds amazing. I would love to work for myself, but I don't know. You're telling me to post consistently? You're telling me to make my own ebook? You're telling me to build 3 platforms? Jazz, I don't know. I want to, but I don't think I can. And this just sounds really, really, really hard. Okay. Well, before you run away from your brilliant idea, your $1 million idea, listen to me. The first thing I want you to know is this. I don't have the ability to convince you of anything. Okay, I don't have that power. So I'm not even gonna try to convince you. If you want to believe that posting content consistently is hard, then okay, your feelings are valid. You're right, it's hard. If you want to believe that creating your own ebook with the help of AI is hard, then fine. Your feelings are valid. It's hard. If you want to believe that building 3 platforms is hard, okay. It's hard. It's hard. But I do want to remind you that the life you're currently living is hard. Living paycheck to paycheck, robbing Patrice to pay Paula, making payment arrangement after payment arrangement is hard. Crying every day because you are so stressed out about bills and you are so unhappy with the way life is going for you right now is hard. That is hard. Knowing deep down in your soul, in your spirit, that there is something else better for you, and you're not even living it, that is hard. And a lot of you live like that every single day. And see, that's what fear will do. That right there, what we just talked about. Fear will literally convince you that you can't do any of this. Meanwhile, look at what you're already doing. That's thousands times harder than this. That is fear, and you let it convince you of that every single day. One thing I've noticed, especially with us women, we never, ever, ever want to give ourselves credit where credit is due. When was the last time you told yourself you're proud of you? You're proud of the things that you've accomplished. Some of y'all don't even know. You never give yourself credit. You never tell yourself how amazing you are. You never tell yourself how strong you are. You never tell yourself how resilient you are. And that's crazy because you have proven to yourself time and time again that you are these things. Because let's be real, life's for everybody. Nobody's life is smooth sailing. And we have all had moments in life that were hard as hell. And in those moments, we had no clue how we were going to overcome what we were dealing with in those moments. No clue. But you got through it. You got through it. Because you're still here today. So you have already proven to yourself how strong you are. I don't have to convince you. You've already proven to yourself how resilient you are. I don't have to convince you because look at what you've already overcome. I remember when I lost my grandma, my whole life turned upside down. My grandma was my rock, man. And she pretty much raised me. I remember when I went off to college, I would call her like 3 and 4 or 5 times a day just to talk to her and tell her what I was doing on campus in that exact moment. She was the one woman in my life who knew how to listen and not judge me. And when she passed, my life turned upside down. I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do without my grandma? There's something about a grandma's love. But here I am, 10 years later, still living without my grandma, still making it work. You are very strong. You are very resilient. And you never give yourself credit for how amazing you really are. And listen, I don't have to convince you. There are people on these apps who are in worse off situations than you, still getting it done. How many times have you scrolled on your For You page and saw women with more children than you still showing up, getting it done? There are people on these apps who have worse health conditions than you, and they are still showing up, building their business. There are people on these apps who are living life, there are people on these apps who are really going through life right now. They've lost their job. They've lost their house. But they are still showing up, getting it done. So if they can do it, why can't you? You wanna know why? I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why they're getting it done and you're not yet is because you still make the choice to hold on to fear while they let it go. You are still holding on to that fear that is stealing your dream life from you. The life with the freedom that you want. It's stealing it from you, and you let it. And that's why I keep saying that this is a confidence thing. It really is. It really is. Because you see people in worse off situations than you. You have already come extremely hard times, and you're still going to let your lack of confidence convince you that you can't post a 30-second TikTok video. Really? Really? You're going to let fear convince you that you don't have the ability to copy some words that AI wrote for you and paste it on a pre-made Canva template. Really? That's what we're doing, ladies? Are we serious right now? You're going to let fear convince you that you don't have the abilities or the capabilities to take a video that you uploaded on TikTok and put it on Instagram and YouTube in under 5 minutes? Really? That's what we're doing. This is why I keep saying time and time again that we have to keep the promises that we make to ourselves so that we can have confidence. Because lack of confidence is having you believe that you can't do any of this. Meanwhile, you're already doing things 10,000 times harder than this now. Listen, my online business changed my entire life. I can't make this up. I've been doing this full time for 6 years. Started during COVID. Made more money than I ever could have imagined from my cell phone, a laptop, and some Wi-Fi. I now have peace. You can't even put a price tag on that. I have freedom. I get to do what I want, when I want, and how I want to do it. I have purpose now, meaning I get to wake up every day doing what I love to do. I have confidence now. But before all of this, before COVID, I lived a very, very, very different life. I used to be miserable. I used to be depressed, anxious. I was 100 pounds overweight, insecure as hell. Had a job that I absolutely hated. And to top it all off, I used to be an alcoholic. See, I had bought into the American dream bullshit that they sell everyone. But I bought in back in high school. They told me to go to college and to get a 4-year degree. And that once I graduated, I'd be able to find a good job with benefits and stability. I'll be able to make enough to where I can still travel a few times a year. I could put in extra into my 401k, and I can buy a house. And when I do get too old to work, I'll be able to retire with dignity. So I said, okay, let's go. Let's start this American dream. I decided to go off to college. All of my friends were going, so I went. And I did the whole dorm room experience. Stayed on campus, stayed an hour away from home. I did the whole thing. Graduated 4 years later, got my bachelor's degree. Cost me $40,000. Moved back home, because most college graduates got to move on back home because they don't got a job. Moved back into my mom's house, started looking for a job. 6 months later, I got my first full-time job with benefits, health insurance, the works. And they were going to be paying me $60,000 a year. That was more money than I had ever made at 23. So I thought I was about to be rich. I was so excited. So I decided, you know what? I'm ready to be an adult. I'm ready to move out of my mom's house. I'm sick of her rules. I want my own place. So I went out, got my own apartment, started paying all my bills. Didn't stop there though. No. I went out and got me a car payment. See, I already had a car and my car was paid off. My grandma got me that car. It got me from point A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. But it was old. No leather seats. No push to start. No tablet on the dash. So I had to upgrade, right? To match my new upgraded life. Duh. So I decided to go out and get me a brand new Dodge Charger. That car cost me $450 a month. My mom and my grandma said, don't do it, Jazz. But me at 23, what do they know? Did it. And we all know with the expensive cars comes expensive car insurance and expensive gas. By the time I paid all my bills for the month, I was broke. Every syllable of the word broke. There were no trips, okay? There was no extra savings into a 401k plan. I was broke. I could barely afford to eat. I was broke. I had another problem. I had to start paying back them damn student loans. See, at 23, I didn't think the government was serious about getting their money back because everybody has student loans, right? It's just the American way. I quickly learned the government is not playing with you when it comes to those student loans. They will give you 6 months after you graduate to get on your feet and go find a job. They're not going to call you. They're not going to send no letters. But best believe when that 6 month mark hits, they are calling and they are sending letters to the house because they want to see your tax returns. Because here's the kicker. They're going to tell you how much they think you can afford. So because I made $60,000 on paper and I didn't have any dependents, no children, they said I shouldn't have any problems paying $400 a month. I'm like, what? $400? Yeah, they base it on your income. I had 11 student loan accounts that they lumped under one monthly payment of $400 a month. Every single month that I did not pay those student loans, I got 11 missed payments on my credit. In the course of 1 year, I racked up 121 missed payments. My credit dropped 520 off of some student loans. And no, you cannot bankrupt those. They are stuck with you until the day you die, and they will garnish your check. So I'm broke. I have really bad credit. I have one last problem. I hated my job. Nowhere in that American dream blueprint did they tell me I would be miserable at my 9 to 5. Now, when I was 23, I'm not gonna lie, I grew up very sheltered, okay? I was very naive in my early 20s, okay? Just, we listen, we don't judge. And so when I went to my interview, my supervisor was like, even though the department is all women, all middle-aged women, they all get along. There's no drama. They all love each other and they're all one big old happy work family. So I went into the department believing that was true at 23 years old. I was the youngest one there. I learned in corporate America, people are fake as hell. You got to watch them because they not open with the fakeness. They're very discreet. You got to pay attention. See, they'll sit with you in the break room. They'll kiki and kaka with you. but they don't like you. They'll even hang out with you off the clock. So they're not even getting paid to be around you, but they still make the choice to be around you. They'll hang out with you at happy hour. They'll come with you to festivals. They'll invite you to their weddings and their baby showers to meet their family, but they do not like you. Don't get confused. They will even spend their hard-earned money on you. So when it's your birthday, they will all come together and buy you a gift. They do it for Christmas too, but they don't like you. We'll all even hang out in the break room and eat lunch together and have a big old Thanksgiving potluck. But they don't like you. And best believe, all you have to do is piss off the right one. And they will make sure that every single day you work there, your life is a living hell. I had made the mistake of making friends with a woman who was 31. I was 23. And she used to tell me all the time I was like the little sister she never had. And I was like, shit, you're the older sister I never had. And we used to do everything, even off the clock. We were always hanging out, going to each other's houses, all of the things. When we both decided to put in for a promotion at work, she made the decision to tell my supervisor everything that I told her about my supervisor in confidence. And my supervisor made sure that every single day I worked there, I was in a living hell. I was miserable. I walked right into it. It was my fault. I didn't know you can't have friends at work. Didn't know. I must have put in hundreds, if not thousands of applications trying to get a new job. Nobody was calling me back. Couldn't even get an interview. So I'm broke. I have really bad credit, and I hate my job. For the first time in my life, at 23 years old, I felt trapped. If you've never experienced what it feels like to feel trapped, consider yourself blessed. Because I wouldn't wish that feeling of trapped on my worst enemy. But let me give you some context. See, trapped feels like no matter what you do, your life's not gonna get no better. That's how trapped feels. You can try to be positive and optimistic all you want, but it feels like nothing but negative ass shit from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed every single day. That's trapped. You could try to work overtime or even get a part-time job so you can catch up on some bills and finally have some breathing room so you're not stressing about money. But just when you start to save a couple $100, something always comes up and slaps you right in the face. Now your car won't start. Now you gotta dish out money for that. It is always something. That's trapped. You could try to pray about it and get God to help you out of that situation, but it begins to feel like he's not listening because you still have the same problems every single day. Your life begins to feel like a nightmare that you can't wake up from. And I felt trapped for 6 years. You know, I used to pull up at that job. I would sit in my car and cry before I even clocked in. I started bringing that job home with me. You know what that means? So what that means is you have clocked out. You are now at home. But you can't even enjoy time at home with your family because you are still replaying all of the toxic things that they're doing to you in the office. You are telling your spouse about it every single day. You can't escape these people. They have stolen your peace and they're living rent-free in your head. I couldn't sleep anymore. I was so stressed out about bills. And to cope with all of that depression and that anxiety, I started to have anxiety. I became paranoid that they were trying to fire me every day. To cope with all of that, the stress and all those things, I started drinking. First, it was just a few drinks a week to calm my nerves, but that quickly spiraled out of control. and I became an alcoholic. And the only reason why I'm telling you any of this is because if any of my story is resonating with you, then you are already doing something hard. Crying every day because you are unhappy with the way life is going right now is hard. Living paycheck to paycheck, payment arrangement after payment arrangement is hard. And the reason why I was so depressed back then was because I had nothing in my life to look forward to. Now I get to wake up every day doing what I love. But before, no. I didn't have any interests. I didn't have any hobbies. My life began to feel like it was on repeat. Get up, go to work, be miserable, come home, cry, drink, sleep, repeat. Week after week, month after month, and year after year. For the longest time, I thought there was something wrong with me because I was so depressed. No, there was nothing wrong with me. That is depressing. Anybody would be depressed. Anyone would be. But to have the ability to wake up every day doing what I love to do and then to get paid for it, and that's the beauty of online business, ladies, because you can monetize anything. No, your idea is not stupid. No, your idea is not far-fetched. How many times, I don't have to convince you of this, how many times do you scroll on your For You page and see the darndest things? And you're sitting there scratching your head trying to figure out how the hell are they getting paid to do that? How is that possible? I'm gonna tell you how. You wanna know how? Because they let go of fear and you still choose to hold on tightly to it. That's how. That's how. You refuse to let go of the fear. And I want to say one more thing to you before we move forward, because I need to make sure you hear me loud and clear. I hope you recognize that if you work 40 hours or more a week, you spend more time at work with people you don't even like than you do with your family at home that loves you. I literally worked 9 to 5, okay? So what should have only been a 20-minute drive to the office was over an hour because I'm stuck in rush hour traffic. So an hour to work, an hour back, that's 2 hours in the car. 8 hours at work, 1 hour lunch break. That's 11 hours out of my day gone. It's gone. By the time you do get home, you are drained. You are exhausted. You feel defeated. You only have a few hours to spend with your spouse and your kids before you have to put everyone to bed just to repeat this cycle again the next day. And let's be clear, your loved ones, they don't even get to experience the best version of you. They don't get to experience the happy version of you. They don't get to experience the peaceful version of you. Some of them don't even know the stress-free version of you because you've always been stressed. That's the version they get. They don't get the happy version. They don't get the confident version. They don't get the peaceful version of you. You put everyone to bed just to repeat the cycle again the next day, just to look forward to the weekend. But respectfully, what are you looking forward to? Because Friday, you still worked. They still got 8 hours out you. Saturday is the only day you get to do what you want. But Sunday, not so much. No. Because you have to prepare for the work week. You got to cook. You got to clean. You got to go to the grocery store. You got to do laundry. And then you have to mentally prepare yourself for the bullshit waiting for you on Monday. Ladies, that's not living. That's surviving. Life is meant to be lived, not survived. I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but I know mine. And the God I serve, He loves me. He loves me a lot, a lot. And if He loves me so much, why would he put me on this earth to be hating the very life that he blessed me with? If he loves me so much, why would he put me here to be miserable and stressed and drinking to cope? That's not why he put me here. He put me here for a very special reason, and he allowed me the opportunity to find it. An online business allowed me the opportunity to monetize it. There's something very special about you, too. Your life is worth more than bills. Your life is worth more than slaving away at a job that you hate to bring in wealth for somebody else while you're counting pennies at home trying to make ends meet for you and your family. Your life is worth more than that. But the problem is life just has a tendency to life. And somewhere on our journey of life, we lose our light. It gets dim, and then it gets dark. Maybe it was a toxic relationship. Maybe it was a toxic family member. Maybe it was toxic friends. In my case, it was a toxic job. Something happens, and we lose our light. And then we're sitting here trying to convince ourselves that we can't do any of this because your light is dark. But I am here to tell you that's not true. You can do this. If you even thought the thought, that's because you can. I believe that the ideas we get come from God. He's talking to us all day. If something inside of you even said, you should start creating content, that's because you can. If something inside of you told you, you should sell this, that's because you can. If something inside of you even told you you can start a business, that's because you can. Because if you couldn't, it wouldn't even have crossed your mind. You wouldn't even have thought about it. God would not plant seeds in an environment that can't harvest them. But he told you to do it because you can. But in order to actually get it done, you are going to have to let go of fear. Because if you don't, you will continue to allow fear to steal your dream life year after year. Gotta let go of fear. Okay? All right, no more fear. Good morning for those of y'all who are just tuning in. My name is Coach Jazz. If I'm saying anything that resonates with your spirit and vibrates with your soul, make sure you guys are double tapping the screen. So sales tip number 2, write this down. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. Good morning. People only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. So if they don't like you, not gonna buy. If they don't know you, not gonna buy. And if they don't trust you, not going to buy. So how do we get people to like us? Okay. In your content. I want you guys to understand this. And for those of y'all who do not know, we said content is just anything that you upload to social. So pictures, stories, reels, long form YouTube videos, all of that is content. In your content, I need you to be relatable and I need you to be authentic. In other words, I need you to be yourself. People connect with people through emotions, okay? So you have to be yourself. A lot of you guys are doing yourself a disservice because you're trying to be perfect. But what you fail to realize is you're not perfect. So you're not even being authentic. And no one else is perfect. So they are not able to resonate with you. So I just need you to be yourself and people will like you. And understand that the community we build, the viewers, the subscribers, the commenters, the followers, those are the people who will buy our products. And don't you dare let fear take over and try to convince you that no one's gonna like you, because that's impossible. That is absolutely impossible. Ladies, there are 8 billion people in this world. somebody is bound to like you, okay? And I used to be fearful of this too. You guys, when you post your content, it goes everywhere, okay? The internet is how we all are connected. We connect through similar interests, opinions, ideas, niches, right? There is a whole world of people out there who need you. You have a solution to someone's problem, but you're depriving them of the opportunity to learn because you won't get out of your head and post. What if I let fear take over this morning and I didn't go live? Well, then those of you guys watching, I wouldn't have been able to help. Because I would have been too in my head and overthinking everything. You guys, I have women inside of Glowup Academy from all over the world. I'm in the US. I have women in there from Germany, Australia, Jamaica, Canada, Barbados. I've been to none of those countries. But I was able to connect and help people from all over the world, all because I decided to let go of fear. All because I decided to be myself, get out of my head, and post my content. So please, post your videos. There's a whole world of people who need you. Okay? Okay. We said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. All right, cool. Well, how do we get people to know us? Okay. I need you to go live. I need you to go live. And by the way, all of these tips that I'm giving you, this also applies to my creators who want to be faceless. Just because you're faceless does not mean you're getting out of any of these things, okay? Going live is the best way to build your community. Now, is it the only way? No, but it's the best way. Why? Because it allows people to get a sense of your energy and your vibes. It allows people to connect with you, engage and interact, and it allows you to promote your products. Now, some of y'all be like, that's cool, Jazz, but I don't want to go live. And I'm just saying, fine, don't. I told you earlier, I'm not going to try to convince you to do anything you don't want to do. If you don't want to go live, don't go live. But I do want to remind you, you also said you didn't want to go to work. You said you were tired of feeling overworked and underpaid. It amazes me how many people are willing to go to their job and bust their ass to build wealth for someone else, but they absolutely refuse to spend 30 minutes on live. And they were going to spend 30 minutes on social media anyways. But they refuse to go live to build wealth for themselves. It makes no sense. And I don't have to convince you, especially on TikTok, all you see are creators selling. They're selling hair, makeup, clothes, digital products, gadgets that you don't even need. And they're selling out all day and all night. The internet doesn't sleep. I don't care what time of the day or night you go live, just go live. It doesn't matter. Just go live. Now, some of y'all are like, well, Jazz, I would go live. I'm not against it. I'm just a little live shy. Okay. For my live shy ladies or camera shy ladies, the only reason why you're live shy or camera shy is just because you don't have enough experience doing the thing. It's not because you suck at life, and it's not because this isn't meant for you. It's simply because you just don't have enough experience doing it. Maybe you did it once 6 months ago, but you haven't done it since. You haven't done it consistently. We have been on this live for 113 minutes. And if you're still watching, that's because I know what I know about humans is that's because you trust what I'm saying to be true. You trust what I'm saying to be true. Otherwise, you would have left. So I need you to go ahead and trust this. If you go live consistently, I promise you, you will get to a point where you are no longer live shy. But the only way to get to that point is to do it. Not watch it, not talk about it, not pray about it, but to do it. Execute it. Everything that you do over and over and over again, you get better at. Look at the results in your own life. I don't have to convince you, true or false. You did not always know how to walk. Now you walk just fine. How? Because you consistently did it. You didn't always know how to read or write, but you do that just fine now. How? Because you consistently did it. You did not always know how to drive or do your job, but you do it just fine now. How? Because you consistently did it. So just imagine what would happen if you consistently went live. I bet you'd be pretty good at it. We said people only buy from people that they like, know, and trust. All right, cool. Well, how do we get people to trust us? Okay. I don't know why I spelled trust like that. T-R-U-S-T. Okay, trust. Okay. There's a reason why I'm telling you to post content consistently. And no, it's not for your health. The reason why I'm telling you to post consistently is because the more people see you, the more they begin to trust you. Consistency builds trust. I don't know if you know this or not, or if you're living under a rock somewhere, but you guys, people work extremely hard for their money. You work hard, I work hard, everyone is out here working hard. And if you want someone to trust you with their hard-earned money, then you are going to have to be trustworthy, which means you have to be consistent. It's the only way. No ifs, ands, or buts. Now, I do want to do an exercise with you guys. For those of you guys who do not have a product yet, sit this out, take your notes. For those of you guys who do have a product, but you're struggling to make the sales that you want, this is for you. First, what we need to do is remove the ego and the pride. Okay, there's no room for ego and pride in business. Now, some of y'all can't do that because you think you know everything and you don't believe that there's room for growth or improvement. Well, I'm not going to convince you otherwise. Just keep thinking that. Go ahead and understand that pride always comes before the fall. Now, for those of you guys who can remove ego and pride and you recognize you don't know everything and there is always room for growth and improvement, I am speaking to you. We're going to go to our profiles and we're going to ask ourselves some questions. We have to be honest, take the emotions out of it. If you were not you, would you buy from you? If you were not you, would you buy from you? If the answer to any of those questions is no, then that is why people are not buying from you yet. So ask yourself, is it clear as day who you are, what you do, how you can help people? And if you were not you, would you buy from you? Sorry, I skipped that part. If the answer to any of those questions is no, then you should no longer be confused as to why people are not buying from you yet. There should be no more confusion. But the reason why I say yet is because you have the power to fix it. Just fix it. Make it clear as day who you are, what you do, and how you can help people. And make it clear that even if you were even if you were not you, you would still buy from you too. But you make the choice not to fix it. Listen, that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of business. That's the beauty of everything that we've talked about so far on this live. Literally anything in your life. Do not overthink it. Literally anything in your life that is not giving you the results that you want. You have the power to fix it. But you make the choice not to. Every day. Listen, I recognize and I have accepted the fact that I am not the life coach for everybody. I recognize and I accept that I am not the business coach for everybody. Because one thing I have noticed about people is most people are not truly looking to change their life. Most people are looking to just pass time. Most people are just looking to complain and vent to someone who will listen. But the minute you present them with the very solution to solve their problems, they bail because they weren't really looking for solutions. I'm not here for that. Absolutely not. No. I am only here to help the woman who actually wants to change because she is tired of getting the results that she's been getting. And she wants to fix it, and she wants to change. But in order to change, I have to tell you the truth about yourself and the things that you have been doing to yourself. The truth will set you free. I am not saying this to hurt your feelings. I am saying this to make you aware. Self-awareness is key. And most people are not self-aware. So I have to tell you the truth. See, anything that you want that is not giving you the results in your life, you have the power to fix it, but you make the choice not to. Because even if you are struggling with live shyness, fix it. I already told you how. Start going live consistently. And eventually, you will no longer be live shy. And even though I gave you the exact solution to fix the problem that you have, most of you, when I end this live, you're just going to go hop into a new one. And you're going to continue to not do the solution that I gave you and then sit there and have the audacity to complain about why you're live shy. Well, at that point, that's because that's what you choose to be. Because you chose to not execute the one thing that would have changed all of that, which is do it. You still won't do it. If you lack confidence, fix it. I already told you how. Start keeping the promises that you made to yourself. If you told yourself that you were going to create content, just create it. If you told yourself that you were going to start your business, start it. If you told yourself that you were going to sell your products, then sell them. If you told yourself that you were going to lose weight, then lose it already. And even though I gave you the solution to the problem that you said you have, as soon as I get off of this live, you are going to hop into another one, waste more time, and then have the audacity to complain about why you lack confidence in yourself and why you always feel the need to reset. Well, at that point, that's a choice that you choose to make every day. Because I told you exactly what to do to get out of that, and you still choose not to. That's a choice. Every day, we get choices. Every day. But the problem is, the choices that we choose to make keep us right in our comfort zone. Your comfort zone is just your daily routines and habits. It's who you hang out with consistently. It's the things that you do consistently. It's the content that you watch consistently. That is your comfort zone. But in order to change the results and get the results that you want, it is going to require you to take a half an inch out of that comfort zone of yours and do something a little bit different. And you refuse to. You refuse to. And it's amazing because that comfort zone that we refuse to leave has already proven to us time and time again, we don't want anything there. Because if you did, you wouldn't feel the way you feel now. If you feel stressed, if you feel depressed, if you feel anxious, if you feel resentment, that is because the comfort zone that you are in is bringing that to you. And the results that you want are not in there. Which means you're going to have to take a half an inch out and do something a little bit different. The results that you're looking for, the financial freedom that you're looking for, the peace that you're looking for, the consistency and the confidence that you're looking for is not in that comfort zone. It's not there. You've searched it for years and you still haven't found it because it's not there. You're gonna have to change. One thing I've noticed, and I used to be guilty of this too, a lot of us live in a trapped mindset. And we have convinced ourselves with our soul, with our spirit, that we are trapped and that we don't have the ability to fix it and that we don't have the ability to change it. But I'm here to tell you that's not true. You are not trapped. And I told you earlier, we tend to surround ourselves with people who have similar interests, similar activities, similar environment, similar mindset. Believe it or not, we attract who and what we are in some way, shape, or form. Birds of a feather flock together. The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. You are a reflection of the 5 people you speak to the most. And so what we have done, since we are trap-minded, is we have gotten around other people who are also trap-minded. And so then it's just a whole bunch of trap-minded people giving each other advice, keeping each other trapped. I'm here to tell you that's not true. You are not trapped. I used to have a trap mindset too. I really used to believe that I was trapped at that 9 to 5. I believed that with all my soul. And there wasn't anything that you could tell me that would convince me that I had the power to fix it and change it. No, not back then. Didn't believe it. I really believed I was trapped there. I was not trapped. I had choices. I had options. But those choices and those options was going to require me to take a half an inch out of my comfort zone and do something a little bit different. I had become comfortable with being miserable. I had become comfortable with being stressed. I had become comfortable with being anxious and frustrated. That was my new comfort zone. Because see, I could have moved back home. I could have quit that job, just moved back home, even if it was just temporary, until I find something else. But back then, my mindset was different. Back then, I didn't want to move back home. Oh God, move back home, my mom? So I have to let go of my apartment? No. Even if though it was temporary, even though if it was just gonna help me just get to something better, I still made the choice not to. I still chose to be anxious. I chose to be broke. I could have moved back home. I could have quit that 9 to 5 and just got me some fast food jobs until I found another good full-time job. I came from fast food. But even though that could have been a choice, I still chose not to, because my mindset back then was, no, I got a 4-year degree. No, I got a 9 to 5. No, I make $60,000 a year. I get Monday to Friday off. I get weekends and holidays. Even though that job that I think so highly of is making me miserable, it is keeping me stressed, it has me drinking to cope with my misery, I still chose to stay there than to take a half an inch out and do something a little bit different until I got better. We refuse to leave our comfort zone, even though that comfort zone that you are in is keeping you stressed. It is depressing you. You are gonna have to take a half an inch out and do something a little bit different if you truly want to get the results that you want. So because I chose to stay in my comfort zone, I chose to complain, I chose to vent, I chose to throw pity parties for myself, I chose to talk about what's not fair and what's not gonna work for me, I chose to distract myself, I chose to do all of the things except the one thing that would have changed my entire life forever, which was leave. Just leave. Some of you guys have convinced yourself that you can't fix it, you can't change yourself yet because you just need more information. And you believe that if you watch more TikTok lives, if you watch more YouTube videos, if you archive more reels, if you ask ChatGPT 2,000 more questions, then you will get the information that you need, and then you will have the ability to fix it later. But what if I told you you're not lacking information? Because let's just be real. You're on social media all day. You have all the information that you need to get started. You have watched all of the TikTok live coaches at least once. You have seen everyone's face by now. You already have archived reel after reel about how to glow up and be your best self. You have already asked ChatGPT 2,000 questions last week. You are not lacking information at all. What you are lacking is implementation, meaning you don't execute shit. You don't execute shit. Which is why I made the key word of this live, execution, because you're not doing it. You are the woman who consistently talks about what's not going to work for her. You are the woman who keeps talking about what you're going to do, but you still haven't done it. You're the woman who procrastinates and makes excuse after excuse as to why you can't start now, why it has to be later. It has to be Monday because of this. It has to be next month because of this. It has to be next month because of that. That is you. You are the woman who continues to throw pity parties for herself. She chooses to vent. She chooses to complain. She chooses to do all of the things except the one thing that will change your entire life forever, which is start. You still won't start. And until you start, until you execute, you will not get the results that you claim you want. You are going to have to change because there are things about you that do not align with who you want to become. I assume you want to become that version of you who is very confident in herself, who knows how to put herself first and not feel bad about it, who knows how to start something and finish it, who's running her business and not caring what people think, who knows how to cut people off who drain her and who use her, and who knows how to prioritize herself in her own life. I'm going to assume that's the version you want to become. But until you change who you are today, you will never be that version because there are things about you and who you are today that's holding you back from becoming that. That version of you is not out of reach. It's definitely within you. You're more than capable of becoming that version. But in order to become her, you have to change you. You have to change. One thing I have noticed in society is we have become extremely entitled. The entitlement, the sense of entitlement is at an all-time high. And a lot of times you've been living in this entitlement mindset for so long, you don't even recognize that you're entitled. And then what you do is you attract people who are like you. We all do. And so then you just get around other entitled people. And so then it's just a whole bunch of entitled people doing entitled things. Because what you have done is convinced yourself, you know within your soul, you really believe that you are entitled to time. And you have convinced yourself that you will never run out of it. And if you don't start today, you can start tomorrow. And if you don't start tomorrow, then you can start next month. And if you don't start next month, then you can start next year. And if you don't start next year, you always have the year after that. You really believe you are entitled to time. You really believe that. And I'm just confused. Because the last time I checked, tomorrow is not guaranteed. So, how do you know you have next month? How do you know you have next year? Who told you that? Because I'm here to tell you, you don't have as much time as you think you do. And instead of you spending your precious, valuable time doing the things that make you happy, building your confidence, walking in your purpose, only being around people who truly love and respect you, and putting your time into people who love you, including yourself, you choose to waste your precious, valuable time. You waste it on social media, comparing yourself to others. You waste it being around people who don't even respect you. You waste it going to a job that overworks you and underpays you, and you don't even spend that precious time that you do have to yourself building your side hustle and getting this going. You choose to waste your precious, valuable time. Time is your most precious, valuable asset. Some of y'all don't want to believe that. Some of y'all really think that your precious, valuable asset is money. You really believe that. It's not money. It is time. See, at least if you lose $200, you have the ability to make 200 more. Yeah, you get pissed off. Of course, you'd be mad. Yes, anyone would. I would too. And it might take you some time to make it. But guess what? You can still make it. But when you lose your time, you don't get a second of it back. You can't wish it back. No. When you lose and waste your time, you know what you're left with? Resentment, frustration. You do not have as much time as you think you do. And time is your most valuable asset. 2025 came and left. Start valuing your time. I don't have to convince you of how quickly time is moving, because you can see it for yourself. Ask yourself, be honest. How many times do you look at the clock and say to yourself, wow, I cannot believe it's 8:14 in the morning. Wow. I cannot believe next week is April 2026. Wow. I cannot believe I am 35 years old, or insert your age there. If you're anything like me, you do that every day. So you already see for yourself how quickly time is moving. And you still make the choice to waste your precious, valuable time. That's gonna have to change. That's gonna have to change. You don't have as much time as you think you do. And eventually, you won't have tomorrow. One of the toughest reality pills I had to swallow in my own journey, and this is tough. This is tough, so brace yourself. Your life and the direction that it's going in, whether it's going great or not so great, is a direct reflection of the choices that you make. I told you guys I was 100 pounds overweight. Well, that was a direct reflection of the foods that I chose to eat, of the exercises I chose not to do. And that's why I was obese. Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. When I heard that, my ego shattered. For the longest time, I believed that the reason why I was living paycheck to paycheck was just because I didn't make enough money. And I convinced myself with my soul that if I just made more, I wouldn't have that problem. Nope. My finances were a direct reflection of the choices that I made. See, the reason why I was living paycheck to paycheck, you wanna know the truth? It's because I was living above my means. I was buying cars I couldn't afford, and I was living in apartments I couldn't afford. Those were the choices that I made, and my finances were a reflection of that. Now, some of y'all might be like, Jazz, I hear you, but I know why I'm living paycheck to paycheck, and no, it's not because I live above my means. Times are hard, Jazz. How can I get ahead financially in this economy? I can't even afford to be alive right now. I hear you loud and clear, but I'm still gonna repeat myself. Your finances are a direct reflection of the choices that you make. And I'm gonna tell you why. Ladies, be honest. Times have been hard. This didn't happen last night. Food prices, rent prices, gas prices have been on the rise for years. And every day you choose to do nothing about it. Because y'all are on social media all day. You already know what an ebook is. I didn't teach you that. I did not teach you that. You could have launched your ebook 6 months ago. You would be making sales today. You could have started your YouTube channel 4 months ago. I didn't teach you about YouTube. You knew YouTube existed. It could be monetized today. You could have started that TikTok last month. You would be building your community today. And what did we say? Our community, our viewers, our subscribers, our followers, those are the people who buy our products. But every day you make the choice not to. You choose to complain. You choose to vent. You choose to throw pity parties for yourself. You choose to talk about what you're not good at and what's not going to work. You choose to distract yourself. You choose to say things like, I can't and I'm stupid. You choose to do all of the things except the one thing that will change your entire life forever, which is start. And until you do that, nothing that we're talking about is going to happen for you. You've got to start. You have to start. And you have to stop making excuses. You have to change. And listen, I'm not perfect at all. The version of me that y'all see today is a direct reflection of the changes that I have made. I'm nothing like who I used to be. And I took small baby steps. I crawled before I walked, and I walked before I ran to get to this version of me today. Every day I just chose to do something a little bit different, just a little bit. I told you guys, I used to be 100 pounds overweight. And for the longest time, I would yo-yo diet. So that means I would lose 20, gain 30. Lose 30, gain 50. And the cycle just repeated itself, and I was gradually getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I could never keep the weight off. I used to make excuses, like my thyroid. I do have thyroid problems, but I used to make that the excuse. Then I used to sit there and say, well, it's my metabolism. I'm getting older. I was 28 years old. What am I talking about? Getting older. These were all excuses. These were all excuses. But I told you the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. I had made it very clear to myself I didn't know how to lose weight and keep it off, because if I did, I would have achieved it by now. So I decided to do something a little bit different, get out of my comfort zone just a little bit to get to the result I want, which is my health. I decided to hire a personal trainer. He changed my life. Changed my life. Not only did I lose 100 pounds, I have kept it off for 4 years now. How was I able to do that? Well, I got around someone who I aspired to be like. I told you guys, a lot of times we attract who we are and what we are. My whole family is obese. All of my friends at that time were obese. I had surrounded myself with other obese people. I didn't want to be obese anymore. I had to get around someone who prioritizes their health and wellness. No matter how hard life gets, they still make sure to move their body. No matter how stressed they get, they still decide to eat at home. They still decide to cook their food. And that rubbed off on me, changed my mindset, and now I do the exact same things. I used to procrastinate too. Yes. My motto was, why do today what I can put off till tomorrow? In other words, I'll just start later. Later never came. Later never showed up. I used to live in fear. I was scary as hell. And notice, you guys, the fear that we are holding on to are things that haven't even happened. It hasn't even happened. And you're worried about something that hasn't even happened. You know how crazy that sounds when you say it like that? You are literally scary about something that hasn't even happened. And you always default to worst case scenario. Worst case, worst case. Why do we never think best case scenario? Or shit, even mid scenario? It's always the worst of the worst. Worst case scenario, you post your content and then you lose your house. All because you posted a video? Why can't your mind go, I post this video, I'm proud of myself, Wow, I can't believe I did that. I feel good. Let me post another one. Let me launch my product. Now you're making sales, all because you decided to post one video. And that one video turned into 2. And then 2 turned into 50. And 50 turned into sales. Why do we never think that? That's got to change. That has got to change. I used to be my biggest bully. I know a lot of y'all can relate to that. The things I used to say to myself was absolutely disgusting. Terrible. You know, I used to call myself stupid on a daily basis. Let me ask you, how was I going to run a successful business if I keep calling myself stupid? Couldn't. That had to change. Ladies, a lot of you talk to yourself with no respect. Absolutely disgusting. Let me tell you this. Your internal world is a reflection of your external world. If there is chaos going on in here mentally, I know for a fact your life is chaotic as hell. I already know it. You don't have to tell me, I already know. If you disrespect yourself mentally, I know for a fact you have people in your real life disrespecting the hell out you, because that's how you treat yourself. So because you tolerate it from yourself, you tolerate it from others. That is going to have to change. You are going to have to start putting some respect on your name. You can no longer be calling yourself stupid. It's not cute and it's not funny and it's not true. It's not even true. If you wouldn't say those things to a child, you have no business saying it to yourself. Stop speaking to yourself like you don't have any sense. It's not okay. I used to have distractions too. The biggest distraction that I struggled with in my own life was alcohol abuse. And I told you I started that toxic ass habit when I had that toxic job. And you would have thought that once I quit the job, well, then that problem would just magically go away. No. Ladies, your problems don't just magically go away. They just get worse. My weight was getting worse. I was getting heavier and heavier. My drinking was getting worse. Your problems get worse until you decide to intentionally fix it. See, at least when I was working, I couldn't be drunk for 8 hours. I had to work. Well, I quit my job during COVID. Everything was shut down. I had nothing but time to get drunk. See, I quit my job on a whim. I had been there for 6 years. I was getting older. You know, sometimes you just get fed up, right? And you just stop caring. And I had got to that point. I was turning 30 in a few months from then. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not bringing this chaos and this job into my 30s. I'm quitting. I also believe God told me, Jazz, quit now. The time is now. So I quit. Put in my 2-week notice. I was out. I didn't have much money saved. Okay, I actually didn't have anything saved because I had just bought a house. I hadn't even been in that house for a whole year before I quit that job, but I did have some stimulus. And my plan was I was going to live off of my stimulus for a few months while I built my business, and the business will take over from there. Now, granted, I don't have any kids, okay? So my stimulus was not that much money. I had about $2,000 to my name. And we all know that ain't going to get you far because my mortgage was $1,900. So the math wasn't mathing from the start. But I couldn't take it anymore, and I just was ready for a business. So I quit, just quit. So now I'm at home trying to make all this stuff make sense. Digital products, monetization, content, digital, all of the things, digital marketing, just trying to make everything make sense. Platforms and algorithms. But it's not working. Nobody's watching my videos. I'm not getting any views. And nobody's buying my stuff. See, I told you guys earlier, the worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. And a lot of times we'll lie to ourselves to soothe our egos because we don't really want to face the truth. See, I wasn't doing everything that I should have been doing because I was always drunk. I was not posting content consistently at all. I was not going live at all. I wasn't doing any of it. But I was convincing myself that I was. And I had so much ego and pride back then, nothing was ever my fault. No. because I was perfect as is. So if you had a problem with me, you really have a problem with yourself, because Jasmine, I'm perfect. I'm not the one with the problem. So I'm blaming YouTube. Well, YouTube doesn't like me. I'm blaming Instagram. Instagram doesn't like me. Really, it's my fault. But I didn't want to admit that. And I'm getting mad at God, getting frustrated, because I'm like, God, you told me to quit. You told me to quit my job. I quit and I'm running out of money. I'm stressing out about bills. My light bill was $700. I had made so many payment arrangements and there weren't any more to be made. If I didn't pay the bill on the date, the $700, they were going to cut the lights off. I had already missed one mortgage payment. If I missed another, they were going to start trying to foreclose on a house I hadn't even been in yet for the whole year. I'm stressed and I'm pissed. I didn't want to admit to myself that I'm the reason why. I didn't want to say it's my fault. I had too much ego to admit the fact that I had a drinking problem. The shame, the guilt, the embarrassment, I didn't want to feel that. No. So I just chose to continue to lie to myself some more. And I convinced myself that as long as I don't start drinking before 11 a.m., I'm not an alcoholic, because in my mind back then, alcoholics, they start their day with alcohol. So as long as I wait till after 11 a.m., I'm not an alcoholic, because I'm not starting my day with that. What? I can't make this up. The worst lies are the lies you tell yourself. But eventually, you're going to hit a brick wall. You will hit a brick wall. And God is going to force you to listen. See, people don't change until the pain of staying the same outweighs the pain of change. I remember sitting on my bed, crying, scared that I was going to lose my house because I didn't have the money. I said, God, what am I going to do? God said, Jazz, what are you doing? You have been begging me for a business for years. He said, the opportunity is literally right in front of you, and you're wasting it. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna keep doing what you've been doing, which is a whole bunch of nothing? Or are you going to change? See, I believe God is within you. He's not outside of you. So those ideas that you get, that's God talking to you. He's telling you to try this, do this. That gut feeling that you get, that is God talking to you. It's trying to warn you. But notice, we spend way too much of our time trying to avoid listening to God. Because deep down in your soul, you know what you should be doing. We love to say that we listen to God. We say that all the time because it sounds good in conversation. But that's a lie. That's a lie. If that was true, let me ask you, okay, well then how many ideas did God give you last year that you didn't even try? If that's not true, let me ask you, how many times did you go against your gut feeling just to find out later you were right? Exactly. We never want to listen. Never want to listen. But eventually, he's going to force you to listen. I decided to change. I decided to stop drinking. Haven't had a drink in almost 5 years. I will never touch alcohol again. And since I decided to change, my whole life began to change. I started posting consistently. My platform started growing. Started making sales. All because I decided to change. For the first time in my life, I'm starting to feel good about myself. Now I'm starting to say positive things to myself, like, wow, I am pretty smart. Wow, I am pretty good at this. Wow, I'm doing this. Oh my God, it's happening. All because I decided to change. I started to have confidence in myself, something that I never had before. All because I decided to change. See, what I didn't realize back then, and what a lot of people don't realize, in order to get something, you are going to have to give up something. In order to get something, you have to give something up. In order for me to get my health and to lose the weight, I had to give up fast food. I had to give up soda. But I got my health back. In order for me to get the business that I had been begging God to give me for years, I had to give up excuses. I had to give up procrastination. I had to give up negative self-talk. I had to give up fear. I had to give up distractions. I had to give up alcohol. But when I gave all those things up, God opened the floodgates of heaven for me. He gave me everything I asked for and more. See, I had just asked God to help me make $60,000 a year to replace the job I had. And I even started negotiating that. I said, Lord, if you could help me make $45K a year, I'll cut the cable off. I'll do what I got to do. Just help me get out of this job, please. God gave me 6 figures. I asked God for 1K Instagram subscribers, followers, because I'm like, shit, I don't even know 10 people. So if I could get 1,000 people to follow me, wow. God gave me 100,000 Instagram followers. I asked God for 5K YouTube subs. I thought that'd be a lot. Yeah, 5,000 YouTube subscribers? Hell yeah. God gave me 30,000 YouTube subscribers. I asked God for just a little bit of confidence so I could stop feeling sorry for myself and crying all the time. God gave me a lot of confidence. I keep all of the promises I made to myself. There's nothing I don't think I can't do. All because I decided to change. See, the version I was back then didn't align with this version. I always wanted to be confident. I always wanted to run a business and not care what people think and to be consistent and disciplined. I always wanted to learn how to put myself first without feeling guilty and how to cut people off who were using me and abusing me. I always wanted to be that person. But until I changed who I was never going to become this version. You are going to have to change. See, a lot of times we delay our own blessings. We delay our own blessings. Because let's be clear, God knows exactly what you want. You have told him time and time again, he heard you. He knows what side of town you want to live on. He knows what kind of vacations you want to take with your family. He knows what kind of freedom you want, and he knows how much money you want to leave your children. He knows. He heard you. But the problem is, he gives us free will. So in other words, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. He's not going to stop you. But he will not bless you until you listen, until you become obedient, and until you change. So if you want to waste 5 more years, he'll let you. If you want to waste 20 years, he'll let you. Some people never get all of their blessings because they refused to change. But when you change, he will open the floodgates of heaven for you too. And sure, maybe change is hard. Okay, fine. Maybe you're right. Maybe change is hard. Okay. But the life that you're currently living is hard. Dragging yourself to a job that you absolutely hate every single day is hard. I have been there. I have done that. Trust me, I know. Crying every day because you are so unhappy with the way things are going right now is hard. I have been there. I have done that. Trust me, I know. Knowing deep down in your soul that there is something better for you, something more peaceful for you, something more freeing for you, and not living it is hard. That is hard. Been there, done that. I know. I've lived both hearts, but I will always choose this hard, because at least this hard comes with peace. This hard comes with freedom. This hard comes with happiness. This hard comes with confidence. This hard comes with the income needed to build the life that you want. I keep telling you time and time again, if you are not getting the results that you want in your life, then that means it's time to change something. It's time to change something. If you even thought the thought, that's because you can. But in order to actually get it done, you are going to have to let go of fear. You are going to have to take a half an inch out of your comfort zone and do something different. Because if what you were doing was working, you wouldn't feel stressed. If what you were doing was working, you wouldn't feel depressed. If what you are doing was working, you would not feel frustrated. You're gonna have to change. You're gonna have to take a half a step out that comfort zone and do something different. For those of you guys who want to change, then I want to help you. But I can only help people who want it. I cannot help people who don't. If you are 1000% happy with your life and the direction it's going in, then just keep doing what you're doing. If you like it, I love it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But if you're not 1000% happy with your life and the direction it's going in, and you want to change it, then I want to help you. Inside Glowup Academy, I'm going to teach you how to build your online business from scratch. No matter what starting point you're at, I will help you. Maybe you do want to sell an ebook. Fine, I'll teach you. It's in there. But maybe you don't. Maybe you want to sell an e-course instead. Or maybe you want to do a private community. Fine, I'll teach you. It's in there. Maybe you do want to sell on TikTok Lives, how I do, how my students do, how thousands of other creators do. Fine, I'll teach you. It's in there. Maybe you want to monetize your platform so you get paid for views, not just the sales of your products. All of my platforms are monetized. I will teach you. No matter what the vision is for you and your business and your goals, I can help you. But not only am I going to help you build your online business, most importantly, I'm going to help you build you. Together, you and I are going to build your confidence. Together, you and I are going to build your consistency. Together, you and I are going to build your discipline, your follow-through. Together, you and I are going to build your self-prioritization, meaning you are going to start putting yourself first. You are going to start scheduling time for you, and together we will get it done. I keep telling you, you keep getting in your own way. Your habits and routines are holding you back. Glowup Academy is the space where not only do you build your online business, together you and I build you, so that you can finally become the version of yourself that not only starts something, but she actually follows through. Now, before I let you join, a couple of things. Number one, I only let 10 people in at a time because, believe it or not, not everybody has the same path. Some people have a product but no audience. Some people have an audience, no product. Some people have a million ideas, and we gotta lock in on one. I told you guys earlier, money flows where energy goes. And so you're listening to all the ideas God gave you, but you're spreading yourself way too thin. And so nothing's getting done. So together, you and I are going to build one business. We're going to pick your most favorite idea, and we are going to grow that. And then once that one is flourishing, we will reach back down into the pile and pull up another. Some of you guys have no clue what kind of business you want to start. No problem, we'll figure it out together. And some of you guys don't want to build a business right now. There are other things you want to work on. Like you want to work on building your confidence. You want to work on sticking with the plan and not the mood. You want to work on putting yourself first or healing from toxic relationships. Whatever it is that you want to do, we'll do it, and I can help you. I have just noticed for myself that having more than 10 people join at one time overwhelms me. And I want to make sure that I'm able to pour into you the way you deserve. So that's why I cap it at 10. Something else too, Glowup Academy, I only want to help people who want it. I'm not here to convince you or force you. I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes, okay? The woman who knows that she wants to change, she has hit her brick wall and she's ready for better. That's who I'm here to help, okay? So when the timer starts, just move. Deep down inside, you know exactly what you want to do. And deep down inside, you know I can help you. That's why you're still here. Don't overthink, just move. Because once that timer goes off, we're done. I'm taking the link down, and you cannot join until I'm ready to accept more people. So stop wasting time. It is lifetime access. Glowup Academy is lifetime access. So once you're inside forever. You will always have access to everything that's in there and all of the updates that I make, because things are constantly changing. These algorithms don't stay the same, okay? Because you guys will always have access, you can always access the live coaching calls that we do. We go live inside of there. You will always have access to ask me any questions, anything that you're struggling with, feedback, anything. Okay. Glowup Academy is $5.97 for lifetime access, and people pay it. It is worth every single penny. But I'm going to take the price down, and the price will stay down for the 10 minutes. But once that timer goes off, it goes back up to $5.97. Okay? You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break the payment up and then still be inside. Okay? So this is why I keep stressing the importance of not overthinking. You do that a lot. Okay? Okay. I'm going to show TikTok how to join first, and then I'll show YouTube. YouTube, y'all's instructions are a little bit different, so hang tight. TikTok, in order for you guys to lock in, you guys are gonna click on my profile picture up at the top twice. You can come to my profile. Now, the one that says, I'm on 2 TikToks. The one that says turn your phone into an ATM, y'all are on my main account. This is my backup, okay? So the profile does not look like this, but the links are still the same, okay? You're gonna click on the link that says stand.store. It's the only link on here. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. And the price has already been marked down from $5.97 to $2.49, okay? Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews, I don't mind. Enter your name and quadruple check your email address. You guys, what you put in for the email address is where everything is going, the access, all of the stuff, okay? So please quadruple check that. Sometimes the autocorrect gets you. Sometimes you forget to put the M behind .com, okay? So please quadruple check that, all right? You can use Afterpay or Klarna to break the payment up, and then you click on this blue button that says Start My Glow Up. Within 30 seconds tops, you should be receiving that very first email from Stan, okay? The second email that you guys will be receiving is coming from me, and that's going to give you full lifetime access inside, okay? If you do not get those emails, I need you to come back. Well, whether you get them or not, I still want you to come back and let me know you got it or you didn't. If you did not get it, that's because there was a spelling mistake somewhere, but no worries, I'll fix it right here on live. And I need you to let me know that you're fully inside and that you see everything, okay? YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, you're gonna leave the live. You're gonna come to my YouTube channel, and you're gonna click on this link that says stand.store. Okay, and then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. Same thing, okay? Scroll down, feel free to read my reviews, I don't mind. Enter your name, quadruple check your email address, and then Afterpay Klarna, Start My Glow Up, okay? Now, once you guys are inside and you see everything, I have an inbox here, okay? As soon as I get off of this live, you guys, I'm going to be messaging you. I want to know more about what you're struggling with, what your ideas are, all of the things, okay? So there's an inbox icon. I need you to check that and respond to my message, all right? Now, I recognize some of you guys are at work or you have things to do with your children. I need you to promise me before you go to bed tonight, when things have settled down, that you respond to my message right away. Because the quicker you respond, the quicker we can start executing. We can start fixing things, taking small baby steps, okay? My biggest thing is I do not want you to feel overwhelmed. I spend a lot of time with my students making sure that you do not feel overwhelmed. Because the minute you do, it's over, okay? So that's why we need to go through this. So please respond, okay? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and set our timer. I see 2 people have already joined. Hang tight, you guys. I'm about to send out those secondary emails now. Okay, timer has started. I'm sending them now. You guys, please don't leave until you confirm to me that you not only received your emails, but that you are fully inside, okay? I need to know that you are fully inside because as soon as I get off, I'm messaging you, all right? Let me check. Rachel, can you check your email? I just sent you. And you guys, that second email that says Jasmine Spencer, that is me. And inside there's a yellow button that says join now. Click it and you will see fully inside Glowup Academy, and then come back and let me know that you see everything, okay? Rachel, please check your email for me. Please don't leave till you guys have confirmed. I like to know everyone's where they're supposed to be, okay? And Jessica. Jessica, can you check your email for me? Can you check your email for me? You guys, okay, good question. So if you opened it, but then you didn't follow all the way through and then you closed the window, then you need to refresh the website and then put everything in, because they're trying to prevent frauds and scams, okay? So if you did open it, but you didn't follow through right away, refresh the screen and then do it again, okay? Rachel and Jessica, I'm still waiting on both of you guys. All right, so we have a few more minutes left. Let's go through some of our affirmations. I have the strength to overcome any setbacks. I have the strength to overcome any setbacks. I said that earlier. It really is disheartening to see how people don't even realize what they're capable of. And that's why this whole live I have been stressing the importance of confidence and building it, because it truly is a confident thing. Because once I can get you to start believing in yourself, once I can get you to start following through with the promises that you make, you just feel so highly of yourself and it feels amazing. And that good feeling that you feel, that's what's gonna carry you through, even on the days when you don't feel like posting, even on the days when you don't feel like responding to emails. That's what's gonna get you through, because you feel good about who you are. I spend way more time helping women build their confidence, recreating their routines and habits that work for their life so that they can actually stay consistent, than I ever teach about email flows. Some people are so obsessed about the business side of business, which you should be, but if you don't have confidence in yourself, it doesn't matter, because you're not gonna do it. If you don't believe in yourself, you're going to continue to make excuses as to why you can't get it done. This is way more building your confidence and keeping your promises, becoming the version of yourself that you truly need to become in order to reach any goals that you have. So you do have the power to overcome any setbacks, but I need you to believe that. I really need you to believe that. Okay? Here we go. Progress, not perfection, is my focus. Okay. Progress, not perfection, is my focus. Progress, not perfection, is my focus. All right. Amber, can you check your email for me? Amber, check your email for me and confirm that you see everything. This is why I keep telling you guys, we're gonna take small baby steps. We're gonna take a half an inch out of our comfort zone. Just a half an inch, doing something a little bit different today than we did yesterday. Slowly getting us to our overall goals. When you just throw yourself in full throttle, a lot of times you burn out. And then those 2 weeks that you went hard, you done burnt yourself out, you are drained, and then you give up on it for 2 months. And you literally just undid everything. But if we can start slowly incorporating things into your routine, then that compounds, and then it compounds some more. And then next thing you know, totally new routine, totally new habits, totally new mindset, totally new follow through. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. Okay, perfect. Like I said, as soon as I get off of this live, I'm gonna hop inside and start messaging you. So just hang tight. We have 2 more minutes left. Okay. Where are we at? Okay. TikTok, click on my profile picture up at the top twice. Come to my profile and then click where it says stand.store right here. YouTube, in order for you guys to lock in, you're gonna leave my live, come to my YouTube channel, and then click the link that says stand.store. And then here we are. Become the woman who actually follows through. And it is marked down to 2:49. We have a minute and a half left. Scroll down. Feel free to read my reviews. Enter your name, quadruple check your email address, and then click the blue button that says start my glow up, okay? That was a good one. I like that. Progress, not perfection, is my focus. Amen to that. Here we go. I am deserving of every bit of love, joy, and positivity that comes my way. I am, deserving of every bit of love, joy, and positivity that comes my way. I need you guys to start saying those things. I am worthy of success. I am worthy of happiness. I am worthy of consistency. Yes, yes. This is why I'm telling you, cannot keep being your biggest bully. That's got to change. The way you speak to yourself definitely determines how you show up for yourself. If you speak to yourself like shit, you ain't gonna do nothing but shit all day. When you speak to yourself with love, you start moving like you love yourself. Now you are putting yourself first. You're not feeling bad about it. You are gonna pencil in 30 minutes to work on what's important to you. Because now you truly believe that you're worthy of it, whereas before you didn't, which is why you were continuously self-sabotaging. Okay? Any questions for me on anything that we just talked about? I trust that life has beauty even in difficult moments. I trust that life has beauty even in difficult moments. Whether you decided to join Glowup Academy or not, that is your choice. I do want you guys to know, for those of you guys who did not believe that you needed accountability or clarity, you still need to make sure you're putting yourself first. You still need to make sure that you are putting yourself first. You still need to make sure that you're telling people no. You still need to make sure that you keep the promises that you make to yourself. It's a non-negotiable. Okay? Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I truly enjoyed you. YouTube, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. TikTok, make sure you guys follow me so you do not lose me. For those of you guys who did decide to join Glowup Academy, I'm hopping in now. You'll be getting a message from me in the next 2 minutes or so. For those of you guys who didn't, I'm glad you're getting the results that you want, and keep doing what you're doing, okay? All right. Have an amazing Saturday, you guys. Bye, YouTube.